This has chocolate in it. This is vanilla and chocolate. You're not allowed to have chocolate. Hey everyone, it's Dave and Olive. Thanks for joining us here at Book Blather, where we try to have a little fun while we talk about the books we've read recently to help spread the joy of reading. Today we're talking about a great book called Vanilla by Mona Kabbani. So, we've talked some about small press and independent writers, and let's be honest, they're not all good. But the publishing world is changing, and there's a fair number of lesser known authors out there that are choosing to go small press or publish independently just because they haven't been discovered by one of the more major publishing houses yet. And for some writers, this is an even more intentional choice because they want to maintain complete control over their work and build their own brand, and so they've chosen to publish independently. And some of these books are just as good or even better than anything you're going to find on the tables at Barnes & Noble put out by the large publishing houses. Today, we're talking about one of those books, Vanilla by Mona Kabbani. This is her second book. This was published earlier this year in March of 2021. Mona is a horror writer and reviewer. We first learned about her from her Instagram account. She has a pretty popular horror account called Morality in Horror. She also has a podcast called Unbearable Scares. Now, we picked up Vanilla because we read her first book, The Bell Chime. This was her debut novella, which we reviewed separately and will link below. But this was a psychological horror about a woman who sees a wanted poster of herself in her apartment building and then begins this endeavor to try to figure out what it's all about. We really enjoyed that one, so we figured we would try our next one, which is Vanilla. So we reached out to her to purchase a signed copy. What? Sorry, Olive got a signed copy. Anywho, to get in the mood, as you can see, we did actually get some real vanilla ice cream. We'll scoop out just a little bit of that now while we talk about it. Okay? Not gonna have too much. Ugh, I forgot the spoons. Hold on, I'm gonna share this with you, but I gotta go get the spoons, okay? Okay, I got the spoons. Hey! I was going to share that with you. So I think that this is one of the most emotive books that I've ever read. Now, what the jacket will tell you this story is about is a devil whose blood cures sick children in exchange for a sacrifice. But what happens when there's a child in the care of the devil who calls him daddy, who he doesn't want to return? Now, much like The Bell Chime, this book was not exactly what I thought it was going to be about. So for that reason, I don't want to say too much about it. But let's say it's about an old character from horror with a bit of a new twist. So the main character we're introduced to, of course, is Vanilla. and Vanilla is a little girl that lives in a very Spartan room with a couple of toys, including her beloved stuffed animal. She never leaves the room and is regularly visited by her daddy, who makes her feel safe and loved and who she absolutely adores. And as the story progresses, we see her get older, and then one day something happens, and she ends up going out and experiencing the world. And we also see the story from the perspective of her daddy, and also from someone else in the outside world, but mostly see it from the perspective of Vanilla. But in experiencing the story from these different perspectives, we experience these different states of isolation and loneliness and fear, and we witness the different kinds of what we would usually just lump together under the general term of love, but that are really born out of different things, like loneliness and idolatry, and parenting and desperation. This was really the quintessential execution of the show don't tell philosophy. You really live through the main character, Vanilla, and kind of experience her sort of awakening and self-realization. Vanilla is a very, very innocent, naive character, and you kind of live through her as she goes through this experience. And it seems to me that that kind of writing can be some of the hardest to do. It's one thing to write very well mechanically and even to use a lot of great prose, and those things are important and very valuable. But it seems to me that crafting this sort of effective, emotive experience of the character can be some of the most difficult writing to do. Hold on. Seriously? Come on, man, you had enough. That's it. Come on, no more vanilla ice cream, Olive. So yeah, this was a really good book. Had some of your traditional horror in it, but it was really more, much like the bell chime, really more of a psychological horror at the end. And also like the bell chime, it was a bit heartbreaking. You don't read these books to have everything wrapped up with a nice little bow and a super happy ending. You read these books to, actually feel something and frankly get a little torn up inside. I don't usually have that type of reaction to a book. A movie, yes, but usually don't end up at the end of a book with that sort of feeling of a little hole in your gut. But I did with this one. So this was really effective and really good. Olive! No more vanilla! So yeah, we really, really enjoyed this book. And if you like the kind of book that has the sort of emotive impact that we've described, then you'll probably really like this one. We've read both of her books so far, and we're going to read anything that Mona puts out at this point. So, you want to try it? Yeah, it's good, right? What? Yeah, they don't know why we're eating a lollipop. They'll just have to read the book. All right, everybody, that's it. That's a review of Vanilla by Mona Kabbani. Highly recommend. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so that you get notified the next time Olive says it's okay to upload another video. In the meantime, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you next time.